Major headline: return of naira-for-crude deal raises stable petrol price hope. Policy now permanent for energy security, end to reliance on forex in domestic markets. Nenadi NLC Apapa battle for grip of LP with Abure. Edu 6 intra-Africa trade to survive tariff regimes. NGX Group approves 4.4 billion dividends for shareholders. Ovia admitted to freedom of City of London. Trump holds 90-day break on tariffs for Nigeria. Others raises China to 104%. What stories do we have in the nation?
Okay, so I have the story of the Nenadi and the NLC battle. I understand that almost all the political parties are having issues in all. So they said that the Esther Nenadi Usman-led National Caretaker Committee of the Nigerian Labour Congress and Deputy National Chairman Lamidi Apapa yesterday moved differently to regain the leadership of the Labour Party from National Chairman Julius Abure. They said they moved swiftly to take control of the embattled party. And you know, they formed a committee and they said they had a meeting with Senator Usman, Oti and Obi. They led the delegation to independents to INEC office to submit the CTC of Friday's Supreme Court judgment to back committee's legitimacy and to request for INEC to withdraw its recognition for Julius Abure as national chairman. But the Abure said they vowed to fight on and said that he will remain the legitimate leader of the party. He also accused Oti, Obi and Nenadi Usman of planning to hijack the party structures ahead of 2027. They said the Nigerian Labour Congress created a third leg to the crisis by directing its state councils to take over the secretariats of the LP in their respective states. And they also said that the NCC insisted that Abure lacked legitimacy. So the governor suggested that, that let's do the right thing. Let's go and do it from the ward to local government, to state, to zone, and then come and do it nationally. That everybody is free to contest. And also, Obi also said the same thing and said nobody is excluded. He said, I will ensure fairness, and said we want to build a party that will be fair, a party that will be just, a party that people can look at and say this is how this party is. And then he said we want to go into the next election knowing fully well that we are offering Nigeria the best of people and competent people for House of Assembly, House of Reps, Senate, or for governor for any level of election. So I hope they are able to sort this out.
Okay. Any other story in the nation?
Yes, I have the major headline, and it's the policy for, let me start from here. The return of naira-for-crude deal raises stable petrol price hope. So experts and industry stakeholders foresee a stable, affordable and competitive pricing of petrol with the return of the naira-for-crude policy. The sale of crude in naira to local refineries initiated by the Chinedu administration completed a 6-month temporary arrangement March 31st. And yesterday, the policy was restored permanently after a meeting of the technical committee. So they're saying the crude and refined product sales in naira initiative is not a temporary or time-bound intervention, but a key policy directive designed to support sustainable local refining, bolster energy security, reduce reliance on foreign exchange in the domestic petroleum market. And this was a statement by the Ministry of Finance. They hailed the return of the policy. He said it was significant that the policy has come to stay, and then believes that it will help conserve foreign exchange and drive investment. Call for a replication of such policy in other critical sector. He says it's commendable and it's possibly an indication of the good things to come under the new leadership of the NMPCL with the support of the Coordinating Minister of the Economy. He says it's even more remarkable that the arrangement is being fully normalized as part of the overall economic management philosophy. It's no longer ad hoc. It's about energy security, self-reliance, backward and forward integration, multiplier effects, and conservation of foreign exchange. So, in summary, it's fantastic.
It has come
and
to
it will
stay.
do a lot of good for our economy.
Yeah, very good. We like that.
So I took the Nobel laureate story, Professor Wole Soyinka, who says he feels saddened by what is happening in the United States, where Donald Trump is president. He had in 2016 threatened to shred his green card if Trump won the election.
Did you do that? Did you do that?
Well, he says, watch they said he said, watch my will exit.
Oh, will exit. Brexit will exit.
Yeah. So he was speaking in an interview with a freelance journalist, and it was published in the New York Times. He said, they asked him if he felt safe in the States, and he says, well, he is used to being picked up anywhere he was walking on the streets, so he doesn't feel safe anywhere. So it wasn't just because, he wasn't saying it because of Donald Trump, but that he just feels distressed in the recent events that's happening with the immigrants and everything that's happening in the States. He says it was just generally lamenting about
Donald is not trying. Brother Donald is not trying.
He says
yeah, so
he expressed resentment at Trump's emergence as the US president, saying it spelled trouble for humanity.
Now, wow, that's tough. So I took a story here. They said protest over proposed redelineation ward by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, across multiple communities escalated yesterday in Warri, Delta State. The protesters urged INEC to pull the brake on its proposal in the interest of equity and justice. The wave of protests, they said, was by aggrieved Ishekiri indigents, culminated in the shutdown of major oil facilities in Ugborodo, Warri South local government area of the state. They said the 28,000 barrels per day oil installation, formerly operated by Shell Petroleum Development Company and now managed by Renaissance Africa Energy Holding, was shut down by the protesters. The villagers were bearing placards with various inscriptions from Ugborodo community comprising men, women and youths. They assembled at the entrance of the facility. They denounced an alleged ethnic cleansing agenda by the redelineation proposal of the electoral umpire. They said this was an attempt to annihilate the Ishekiri people in their homeland. That's one of the protesters talking, and they were accusing INEC of yielding to certain forces to shortchange the ethnic group. So, you know, that particular area, they have different ethnic groups there. The Shekiris are there, the Urobos are there, the Soko are there, and you would think that they should be united somewhat, but the Jaws are there as well. You think they will be united, but somehow some of them feel marginalized. It seems like the Urobo people have the majority, or they show more strength. So the other aspects always feel really marginalized, and they are saying that INEC is now supporting to further marginalize them. I just hope that this will, you know, be sorted very fast, because it can easily escalate.
State of emergency.
My sister, I don't know about that. We're going to short break now.
They're in the rain.
We never reach that one.
Because Boko Haram don't attack them for Borno now.
Yeah.
So make them declare state of emergency there.
No, but if it's not affecting governance, they cannot declare state of emergency. Let's take a short break now, YK. When we come back, we'll continue the newspaper reviews. Stay with us.